Keelan Russell, who's now off at the University of Alabama. What were they going to do at quarterback? They have their answer. Maximus Denson has arrived, and he has brought with him an opportunity for Duncanville to go all the way. I think this Panthers team, when they have Denson upright, is one of the toughest teams to beat in all of Class 6A, and he showed out in their big win over DeSoto. A huge, huge victory for that Panthers program that's now trending up in a big, big way. Congratulations to Maximus Denson, the Built for Tough Player of the Week in Class 6A. On to Class 5A, we'll go from DFW to the Greater Hill Country to Kerrville-Tivy to talk about their outstanding quarterback, Colin Rose, who was everything in their big win over San Antonio Veterans Memorial, 56-25. Get this, threw for 363 yards and 8 touchdowns. 8 touchdowns. He's got Kerrville-Tivy cooking right now.
This is a tease, but not the only Kerrville-Tivy quarterback we'll talk about on this program, but Colin Rose sure deserves every ounce of credit he is getting out there. Not only is he just an incredible player that's completely capable of finding receivers all over the field, but Coach said he's an All-American kid, man. He's someone that his teammates look up to. He's not only the captain of the football team, he's also the captain of the soccer team, and just an incredible player on and off the field. He caught up with our Mallory Hartley.
Man, last week you made history. You broke the single-game passing touchdown record with 8 touchdowns. You're now written in the books at Kerrville-Tivy High School. In that moment when you found out, what was that like? Explain that feeling to me.
It was pretty cool. I didn't really know what had even happened, like when we were playing, or I didn't really know. But after the game was over, someone came up and told me how many touchdowns I had thrown for, and I was like, I did, and they were like, yeah, and I was like, well, that's pretty cool. But I didn't really know about the record or anything till Coach Neal had called me and he had told me, and it was I guess a pretty cool experience to know that.
There's a lot of great quarterbacks that have come out of Kerrville-Tivy, Johnny Manziel being one of them. He also won the Built for Tough Player of the Week award when he was there. What does that mean to you to be kind of among those elite quarterbacks? Your name's written in the history books now.
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely a blessing, but I mean, I don't really know how else to put it. It's pretty cool, definitely, just to know that there's been some amazing quarterbacks, and that I've been blessed with the opportunity to, have, I guess, the same award as they have. So it's pretty cool.
And then finally, you're a senior this year. I feel like that comes with a little bit more of a responsibility to be leading this team, right? What does it mean to you to be able to step up into this big leadership type role and hopefully lead your team to as far as y'all can go?
It's been amazing. I've loved having this opportunity to get to, like you said, step up and just be a leader for this team. That's always one of my ultimate goals each year. I always write them down, and one of the biggest ones is to just how to make an impact on this team and how to be a good leader. And so I've loved having this opportunity to get to do that and get to go out there every game and lead this team in every practice. And I'm just proud to be a part of this team. It's been amazing and a lot of fun.
Your starting guy just broke the single game passing touchdown in all of Kerrville-Tivy history, and you got to experience that moment with him. What was that like?
It was wonderful. Colin is a phenomenal athlete. Colin is a phenomenal leader. He's a better kid. Just experiencing that with the talent that's come through at the quarterback position in Kerrville. Johnny Manziel, Quincy, Cade Dow, Cole, Meyer. We've had some guys that have won the Ford Tough Player of the year before, but Colin fits right in there with those guys, just as he should. And from a quality standpoint, from a leader standpoint, from a teammate standpoint, from a community member standpoint, Colin is the All-American kid.
And if you wouldn't mind expanding on that for me a little bit, the All-American kid, who is Colin off the field, and why does he deserve the Built for Tough 5A Player of the Week award?
Colin is the epitome of TFND and what our brand and motto stands for. Tivy Fight Never Dies. He is the ultimate teammate. He is the ultimate player. He's the ultimate lead by example. 4th of July hits, and the community is in a mess because of obviously the flood and what happened. And Colin is one of the first young men to help He is the first, one of the first. He's down at the camps. He's doing anything and everything he possibly can to be Colin Rose, and that is just be a support system to help out his friends, help out family members, help out the community.
Congratulations to Kerrville Tivy quarterback Colin Rose on being our 5A Built Ford Tough Player of the Week here in Week 7. So do you think that you know someone that should be spotlighted here as a Built Ford Tough Player of the Week? Well, we encourage you at any point in time to go to FordPlayerOfTheWeek.com/nominate. We're looking for student athletes on and off the field that shine and exemplify exactly what it means to be Built Ford Tough. Again, that's FordPlayerOfTheWeek/nominate, and your player might end up here on the Built Ford Tough Player of the Week show. We'll be back right after the break.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road, from up in Amarillo down to San Antone. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lone Star State. Ford is the best in Texas.
And we welcome you back to the Week 7 Built Ford Tough Player of the Week show. Ashley Pickle and Greg Tepper. It is now time to announce our 4A Built Ford Tough Player of the Week. And this one, we go out to Seminole, Texas, and we take a look at senior quarterback Dominic Higgins, who had a massive game in their 59-7 romping of Fort Stockton. He went 34 for 35. 349 yards and 3 touchdowns in the air. He tacked on 58 yards of rushing, 2 more touchdowns on just 10 carries. He was the guy on the field, Greg Tepper.
In the last 3 games, he has been pretty much unstoppable. 970 yards, 13 touchdowns. But the number that's going to stand out to you is his accuracy, right? This is a guy, he went 34 of 35. 34 of 35. He missed 1 pass the entire game. Absolutely outstanding. He ran for 2 more touchdowns as well. And more than that, Coach Greg Pointer talks about what a servant leader he is, and a guy who is really stepping up in that leadership role, which is so much of what this award exemplifies. And he got to catch up with our Mallory Hartley.
It kind of seems like, man, winning this award has kind of become part of the standard of Seminole High School. You had a winner list last year. You're our Built Ford Tough winner this year. What does that mean to you to be a part of this standard and set this new standard moving forward?
Just really blessed, all the hard work I put in, during the offseason stuff, and my teammates really pushed me to be the best player I can be. It definitely means a lot, and definitely helps with the standard moving forward here at Seminole High School.
Man, you had almost a perfect game last week. Your stat line was incredible. Who do you credit your performance to?
Really, 2 main is my receivers and my line. Those guys do a good job of protecting me, and my receivers just making plays with the ball helps me take some off my plate.
What was the mindset throughout the game? I mean, I can't help but alluding back to your stat line. It was so impressive. I mean, through the air and on the ground as well. What was the mindset throughout the game and maybe afterwards?
I just keep playing the game that I know I can play. I have a lot of confidence in myself, and you have to at the quarterback position. So I feel like just leaning on that confidence helped me play the best game that I could.
Your senior leadership has been really important to the team. In what ways do you think you have stepped up to be a leader this year?
In a lot of different ways. We also have some younger guys who are new to the team. So we have some freshmen on the team. So I feel like my leadership, helping them understand the role in the team and how to be the best teammate that they can be. I definitely feel like I helped them a lot learn their role in the team.
Coach, it's no secret why Dominic is being awarded with this honor. I mean, his stat line last week was nearly perfect, and you mentioned that.
He played as good of a game as a quarterback can play. He really did.
Absolutely. I mean, he went 34th for 35. I mean, unbelievable stat line. As a coach, watching him perform like that, what does that mean to you? What was going through your head?
Well, I mean, of course, for the game, we needed him to perform for the game, but it's more than that with Dom. He has worked so hard to get to the place that he's at right now. He's been behind. We had a Built Ford Tough winner last year. It was Wyatt Holmstrom. And so Dom's had to wait his turn. And we've known the whole time he was going to be a great player and a great quarterback. But, man, he has worked and he has waited. And so to see him have the success he's having, it just makes you so happy.
And we've seen him step up on the field, obviously, as a senior and as a leader. But off the field, how has he stepped into that leadership role?
Yeah, and that's probably been the biggest thing, to be honest with you, is, everybody knew he was going to be a good player. You could see that when he came in games last year. I mean, there was not a drop-off when he would come in. But, it's different when you're the guy or you're the backup. And so, that's something we spend a lot of time talking to Dom about is, hey, when you're the guy, it's more than just what you do on the field. It's what you do in the locker room. It's what you do off the field, what you do at the school. And, man, he has embraced all that. And, I think you could talk to anybody on our team, and they all definitely see Dom as a leader and a positive leader. He's a guy he's never getting on to his teammates. He's always encouraging his teammates. He's a guy that can take I can be hard on quarterbacks sometimes and get after him, and it's like water off a duck's back, and he'll just smile at me and say, hey, I got it, coach, I got it. And he's just been a perfect leader and just as good of a kid as you could possibly ask for.
Well, Coach, appreciate the time and good luck moving forward.
Thank you. Appreciate you having us on.
Congratulations again to Dominic Higgins. The Seminole Indians are Week 7 Built for Tough Player of the Week in Class 4A. On to Class 3A, where we've got another outstanding player in Caden Carpio, the outstanding quarterback for the Dimmitt Bobcats, who was sensational in their win over Tulia, 70-54. Get this, 479 yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground. They could not bring him down, and threw for 134 yards as well.
This was a historic performance for Caden Carpio. I mean, he etched his name into the Dimmitt record books. He solidified his status as one of the most dominant dual threat quarterbacks in the state. But Coach said he drives our offense. When he's at his best, our team is really tough to stop. He quietly leads through action, not seeking attention, and will do anything to make sure that him and the team are focused on winning. An incredible performance, and that scores you an interview with Mallory Hartley.
Caden, man, what a stat line last week. You broke numerous records. What was the mindset after the game? And tell me a little bit about your preparation heading into the game.
The preparation was just, we had a hard practice all week, repetition, constant repetition, with the linemen and getting all that stuff right before the game.
Did you know that you broke some records after the game, or like who came over and told you? What was your initial reaction when you found out?
I was honestly really surprised because I didn't really care. I was taking it one play at a time, and until I found out, I was really, really excited because it was such an amazing accomplishment for sure.
You guys are on record, you're on pace to be a part of the playoffs this year for the first time since 2016. What does that mean to you to be able to step up, only as a junior, but to lead this team to hopefully a playoff appearance?
It feels great, and it's the whole team, it's everybody's putting to work each and every day. And it's all because of my teammates. Without them, I wouldn't be as good as I am.
Coach, Caden broke numerous records, I think, last week in y'all's win over Tulia. For you to be a part of that, to see him break those records at your school that you're currently at, what did that mean to you?
It means the world. For one thing, we're all new here, the coaching staff. Caden kind of took over as he's a junior, but it's his first time starting at quarterback. And honestly, throughout the game, we didn't kind of know, but we had a feeling that he was just breaking all these records because you go with a hot hand, and he was just running the ball, gaining chunks and chunks of yardage. So it means the world to us to see him succeed in the offense because he is one of the team leaders.
Now we're heading into week 8 of the season. What's the biggest improvement you've seen in Caden's game throughout the year?
His strength and his direction of the offense and his comprehension of the offense. He can change plays at the line of scrimmage along with his linemen, and he's just confident when he does make a change. Early on, he would still look to the sideline for the coaching staff to make changes, but in this 2-year game, he made lots of play changes that were exactly what needed to be done, and then he finished it off.
I love to ask this question because it gets the fans a little bit of an insight to who Caden is off the field, but Tell me a little bit about him and who he is as a person that maybe the stat lines or the fans coming to watch you guys on Friday night might not know about Caden.
The quietest man on earth, I think. He doesn't say much. All he'll say is yes sir, no sir, or I got you. Um, it's crazy because he's very quiet, very just to himself, and but he leads by his actions, and verbally he's real quiet in the huddle, but everybody seems to follow him. So kind of call him the ghost. That's his nickname. You don't even know he's there half the time, but he's leading the offense.
Leading by example, right? I love that. Well, Coach, we really appreciate the time. Congratulations and good luck moving forward.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations to Caden Carpio, our 3A Built Ford Tough Player of the Week here in Week 7. All right, coming up right after the break, taking a look at our spotlight of the 20th anniversary here of the Built Ford Tough Player of the Week. Stick with us, and we'll be back right after the break.
In Texas, high school football is more than a game. It's a legacy. From small towns to powerhouse programs, Friday nights showcase the best talent in the nation. At texasfootball.com/recruiting, we cover the stars of today and tomorrow with trusted rankings, in-depth analysis, weekly podcasts, and live commitment announcements, because this is where legends begin.
Welcome back to the Built Ford Tough Player of the Week show. Hey, did you know that it is the 20th anniversary of the Built Ford Tough Player of the Week? That's right, and that gives us an opportunity to look back at some of the all-time greats to bring home this award. And let's flash it back to 2010, when in Kerrville, America, a young quarterback lit the Texas high school world on fire. That was Johnny Manziel, who put together a sensational senior year in 2010. 3,609 passing yards with 45 touchdowns, another 1,600 yards on the ground. He was a 2009 and 2010 Built Ford Tough Player of the Week. It was then on to Texas A&M, where he helped usher the Aggies into the SEC in style, bringing home the 2012 Heisman Trophy. He was also the 22nd overall pick in the NFL draft in 2014. In fact, just this past week, he had his Kerrville-Tivy record broken by this week's 5A Built Ford Tough Player of the Week in Colin Rose. Pretty remarkable history there at Kerrville-Tivy. He may be known as Johnny Manziel and Johnny Football across America, but here he is known as a 2009-2010 Built Ford Tough Player of the Week award winner, where Johnny Football got his start. We're still rolling on the Built Ford Tough Player of the Week show. After the break, the 2A and private school winners, if you stay with us.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road, from up in Amarillo down to San Antone. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lone Star State. Ford is the best in Texas.
And we welcome you back in to Week 7 of the Built Ford Tough Player of the Week show. And we head now to 2A, where we will find Alvord senior running back and defensive back Zane Fuentes, who absolutely popped off against Tom Beaton. He went 49 carries for 350 yards and 5 touchdowns. The last touchdown was the game winner with just 24 seconds on the clock. And Tepper, he also tacked on 9 tackles, just, for fun.
This is one of the craziest stat lines of the year, and I'll tell you why. Coming into this game, he only had 48 carries for 430 yards on the season in 6 games. And then Matt Fanning decided to just build the whole plane out of Zane Fuentes. 43 carries for nearly 350 yards. He was absolutely spectacular. More than half of the offensive plays by the Bulldogs were runs by Zane Fuentes. He was remarkable in their win over previously unbeaten Tom Bean, and he got to catch up with our Mallory Hartley.
Walk me through those final couple of minutes of your game. I mean, to give a little bit of a spoiler, you punched your 5th rushing touchdown in to the end zone with 11 seconds left in the game. Man, walk me through those final minutes and what you were thinking at the end of the game.
We knew it was gonna be a dogfight before we even got there. It was a very tough game, just mentally, physically. I mean, every one of the Bulldogs was feeling it, feeling all the pressure, feeling all the emotions. Those last few minutes, it was really was really special because we hadn't really had a moment like that yet in the year yet, to really see how we would respond to that. We've had, some close moments here and there, but they fell short, out of reach. And it was just really eye-opening to see, what we could do and how we could come together as a team.
Tell me a little bit about the turnaround you guys have made just as a team in general. I mean, last year you won 4 games. This year you're undefeated in district play right now. Tell me a little bit about the turnaround and maybe your senior leadership as a part of that.
Yeah, no, we embraced the new standard, really, the seniors. We saw kind of what we could do during scrimmages, and we're like, we can hang with some of these big teams. We scrimmaged Paradise. We knew, like, hey, we can do this. This isn't, just a lost year. And I really think once we got into those battles with Lindsay and Windthorst that we were like, hey, we fixed those couple of mistakes, and we're coming out on the other side of that game. And it really just showed us that, coming in a district, like, we're a team to look out for. We're not just some pushover. We're not the same Alvor we've been.
All right, Coach. Walk me through the final, let's say, minute of y'all's game last week. Because I know it was pretty stressful on you.
Yeah, no doubt. We, really back and forth game the whole time, and neither one of us were really able to stop the other team. They scored with 5 minutes left, and we're a run first team, and so we tried to take advantage of that, kill 5 minutes, and drive down the field and score. And had some crazy conversions in there on a 4th down. Zane did a phenomenal job converting. We turned that into 15 yards, and we're just trying to figure out whether or not we're going to go ahead and try to punch it in or call a timeout, kick a field goal, and end it there. And we chose to just take the most opportunities we could to score. And possibly put the game away, and Zane was able to get one in the end zone there in the end with 11 seconds left. So, wild game for sure. But I thought our kids did a really good job of allowing us to kill the clock there at the end of the game and give us a chance to win. So,
what was your heart rate at in those final couple of seconds of the game?
It was pretty high. It's not my first rodeo, but
no, not at all.
We've lived that moment before, but. Always, I wanted it for our kids, man. They played really hard and earned it, and so didn't want to let them down in any way.
Well, 5 rushing touchdowns for Zane, 339 yards. Is that correct?
I think it's 343.
343, 5 rushing touchdowns in y'all's win last week. Obviously, we know what kind of a player Zane is on the field. High production type player, committed to Army. But tell me a little bit about Zane off the field, and maybe something that the fans or the stat line doesn't always show.
Yeah, he's just kind of like a lot of guys that you probably interview in this situation. Man, he's a leader. Mm-hmm. He's a quiet guy. He's not a real vocal guy, but he's going to be there every day. He's going to work. He's going to work as hard as he can every day. He's going to be at the front of the line. He's going to do exactly what the coaching staff asks of him. And our kids respond to that. And what I was really proud of him is kind of the way our season goes. That was really the first time we've been tested in the 4th quarter in that type of situation, and there was never really any doubt whether or not Zane was going to jump out there and answer the call. And I'm just on top of that. We do a lot of leadership stuff. We do a lot of community things. He's always the first guy to raise his hand to volunteer, whether it's to go help somebody in the community or it's to go high five little kids on Friday mornings and those types of things. So he does a lot, from a leadership standpoint for us for sure.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time and good luck the rest of the season.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you.
And congratulations again to Zane Fuentes, our Built for Tough Player of the Week in Class 2A. Last but certainly not least, we have to talk about our private school Built for Tough Player of the Week, Jackson Coleman, the outstanding 2-way star for Tomball Concordia Lutheran, who made national headlines this week with his performance. 3 interceptions, including a play that was the number 8 play of the week on SportsCenter. He added in a touchdown receiving and a touchdown on the ground. Jackson Coleman is now a national household name.
How about that for Concordia Lutheran? I mean, just big time, making national appearances like that, and it's no doubt why he did. Every time Coleman touches the ball, there's a threat for a game-changing play. He is an electrifying player, and his presence is felt by the opposing defenses. One of the most dangerous two-way players in the state, and he was able to catch up with our Mallory Hartley.
Man, I got to ask, are you tired after last week? Because your stat line, you were all over the field. You played almost every snap. Are you exhausted after that game?
I mean, yes, ma'am. It's pretty tiring, but I mean, I'm just out there to do whatever is best for the team and contribute the best I can.
What does it mean to be able to play both ways like that? You know, to be gifted enough to be able to be on that field pretty much the whole game and play both ways?
I was truly blessed with my athleticism, so I feel like I have to give that glory to God because He's the one who blessed me with that. So.
And speaking of that athleticism, you're so athletic that you had an interception in last week's game that got you on SportsCenter. How cool was that to see you on a SportsCenter top 10, one of your plays from last week?
Yes, ma'am. I was shocked. When I saw that, I couldn't believe it. But again, I was blessed with the resources and the people around me to put me on there, and they chose the clip.
What was your initial reaction when you found out that you were going to be honored this week with that award?
I was really excited. I mean, I couldn't be here without my coaches and my teammates. So, I mean, like Coach was saying at practice when he told me I got the reward, I couldn't have done it without my teammates on the field. So I truly believe that.
The stat line on last week for Jackson was absolutely insane. As a coach, watching him perform like that, man, walk me through those moments. What were you thinking?
That's amazing. Jackson's a fantastic athlete, and be quite honest with you, he does that kind of stuff every day in practice. So to see it on the field on a game is nothing unusual.
And I know he's only a junior, but tell me, in what way has he been able to step up as a leader of this team?
He leads in so many different ways. Probably the most significant contribution is he loves football. He's got a smile on his face every day. He goes out there. He has fun at practice. He has fun playing football, and it's contagious. And the other kids feed off of that. And practices are fun. They're enjoyable. It's not like pulling teeth sometimes. It's just go out there playing football like we all love to do.
Man, he's all over the field too. Wide receiver, DB. What does he do at practice? Like, how does he balance his time at practice between the two?
Great question. Yeah, that is a challenge of all. We have split practices sometimes. We have special team stuff that we do, and he's always on the go. He's always involved in every drill.
Well, Coach, congratulations and good luck the rest of the season.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
And congratulations to Jackson Coleman, our Week 7 Built Ford Tough Player of the Week. And that rounds out all of our winners for Week 7. An incredible week. But now we transition our focus into Week 8. And Tepper, we take a look at our Built Ford Tough games to watch this week. What catches your eye here?
Boy, everywhere you look, every classification has got some bangers. Fort Worth Christian and Midland Christian, I think, is one of the best private school games we've seen in quite some time. Panhandle and Stinnett West Texas is a critical District 1-2A Division I matchup. Columbus and Yoakum is kind of the first of a three-way dance between those two teams and Hitchcock in district play. Sinton and Cuero. Sinton's Michael Green has been one of the very best runners in the state. Can Cuero slow him down? Huge game in the 409. Port Arthur Memorial welcoming in Beaumont Westbrook, and the only matchup of undefeated teams in the UIL this week, Lake Travis and Dripping Springs, in what could be a huge trap game for those Lake Travis Cavaliers before they play Austin Westlake in their big rivalry game. So there it is. Our Built Ford Tough games to watch for Week 8. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. For our producer, Blaine Tatum and Ashley Pickle, I'm Greg Tepper. We will see you next week on the Built Ford Tough Player of the Week show.